NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check the call, check the call.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Alert. 18. Watch twins.
Now Saquon Barkley. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check 43.
Greystone, travel.
Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to Watt. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Austin. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Trubisky will throw. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
At the Ravens' 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. Hey, watch that. Watch that. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, tight.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
Jackson's pass complete to Marquise Brown. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Ready. 57's right. Army. Check 15. Check 15.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Ravens first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Got it. 57 to Mike. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. 57. Mike, 57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 57.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, Mike 57. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Let's go. Hey, 57 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. 57. Mike, 57. Yeah. 51. Max, what? Mike,
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Go. Watch 57. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Jackson now. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, let's get this.
On third down, Jackson. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes our score 17-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check. Watch 54. Yeah. Check.
Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run. He'll let this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check nickel.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And just bowling over tacklers. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jaleel Scott, 43 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it,
he's got him in, complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, 71 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch it up.
Now it's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Scott. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Watch his flag. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, baby.
Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Austin. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action. Trubisky looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Chris Godwin, 66 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Big stop, let's go. Watch the ship, watch the ship.
Jackson will keep it. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the one. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is third and goal.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
This time Jackson will throw it. They'll roll him out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens get a bit closer. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Barkley. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Two times. Hey. Ran. Alert.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check back.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
54. Mike 50. Hey, come on now. 54.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. Taking it in, and the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
180. Right there. 40's Mike. Watch the pass.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Shedding the tackle. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. On the return is Kirk. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They're on 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, zoom.
Here's Trubisky to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Alert, flare, alert, flare, flare, flare. No, 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 off. Check, no.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 16, Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now. For Mitchell Trubisky. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Miles Boykin. Touchdown, 49ers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Ravens take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down. 18. 40, Mike.
Now Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Again, it's Barkley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Try to power it ahead with Watt. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Come on now, let's go.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Lock in, lock in. Mike 50, Mike 50. Record.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 16. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Right here. Mike's 57.
Now Jackson on first down. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Jackson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Back. 56 for Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Get the ball.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Tight dog.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Alert.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. I'm coming after you. 57's the mic.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is incomplete.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
57's right. Stay with your man. 57's right.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Coming after you. 57. Mike, 57. All right. Here we go. Let's go, Pete. Get there. Check.
And the blitz does come. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Bang, 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 bang. Check 24.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Sponge. Jim, right.
They'll run for it with Barkley, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky flushed out right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 76 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. So minutes after giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
57 Mike. Mike 57. Tackles. Tackle. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. You don't know no better.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man here is Scott, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Jackson to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. That's It's going to be caught by Kirk. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Come on, 180! Alert! Watch the out! Hey, Haywood!
Throwing now is Trubisky, and he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. Throwing now is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Got an open man, it's Scott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
Here we go. 66. Pull it. Now. 56. Mike. Right there. 56.
Now Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. Here's Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So the victory here for San Francisco. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week one.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the